Hi, I'm Amy Tepper.
And I'm Patrick Flynn. Thank you for joining us today in this third part of our series designed for leaders, coaches, and peers who are supporting teachers in the shift to online teaching and learning environments. Part 3 of our series will focus in on building the foundations for feedback. And as teachers are experiencing the shift to online environments and continue to do so, there begins to be increasing challenges in how to support them. And that's what this video will really tackle today, is how can we build the structures to support through that feedback. In part 3, we focus on foundations that will ensure you can provide feedback that feeds forward. At the heart of that feedback is information we can gather about teaching and learning, which will lead us to a better understanding of teachers' and students' needs and strengths, and an understanding of impact on student engagement and learning. This will ensure we can meet teachers truly at the point where they are. In our moments of challenge, we have the greatest opportunities to grow.
We tapped into our 50 strategies from our 2 books to create 4 recommendations for you. Recommendation 1 is to spend time digging into our 4 stages of the shift to online teaching and learning from part 2 of our series. With each recommendation, you will see our aligned strategies. For this first one, unpack our resources as you would an instructional framework with your teachers. It is helpful to closely review the differences between the stages or the key levers and identify look-fors from our lists of student and teacher actions and the standards. These steps will also help you develop a common vision and attainable goals for this year as you move forward. And planning will make all of the difference.
Recommendation 2 reminds you that you can use the same thinking and many of the same strategies you used when visiting a classroom or watching a video lesson to gather information about the teaching and learning. Remember, our end goal is to collaborate with teachers and build reflective practices about impact. But we know that these new virtual environments, they pose some challenges in knowing how to best gather information. So using our strategies, we created a list of ways that you can view, listen, and interact inside a virtual environment. Be sure to check out the tools we have posted with adapted strategies for how to collect information inside a virtual classroom. In our part 3 of our document, we also include an example from a coach who is helping a teacher move from stage 2 to stage 3 using our recommendations.
Recommendation 3 reminds you to focus not just on the teaching, which can be challenging in this environment, but also the learning. Just as when we are in our buildings, we want to try to determine at what level students are thinking and understanding. If you are using our books as resources, Feedback to Feed Forward dips into this, but learner-focused feedback comprehensively addresses the concept of learning and offers 12 strategies dedicated to gathering and determining levels of engagement and understanding that can be adapted for our virtual environments.
Recommendation 4 reminds you to take the time and identify causes for outcomes. We can use our information gathering to identify basic needs, access issues, or technology challenges. However, we can also try to focus on teacher impact. In both our books, we identify the 5 main areas of instruction that fall within a teacher's range of control. As we identify what is causing outcomes, we move closer to collaboratively determining a stage, which gives us a starting point and a potential area of focus for next steps to help the teacher. Now is the time to gather information about what is happening for learners and to support teachers through feedback. While we must respect that we are all still in a transition and change that we continue to navigate through, ensuring our students are learning is paramount. Part 4 of our series focuses on additional suggestions for building feedback that feeds forward from your information gathering and cultivating a culture of learning and connectedness for your school.
We know with the tools in parts 1, 2, and 3, you are well equipped to begin having rich conversations to support your teachers in the shift to online teaching and learning. Remember, you can access all of our resources at tepperandflynn.com and be sure to join our mailing list. Be well.